Welcome, everybody. You are listening to another No, I Don't Like That. But check this out.
No, I don't like that. Who was his dad?
Who was his dad? All right. In a world full of noise, we bring you real camp talk. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. How's everybody been?
I hope y'all have been well.
Yeah. Well, let's show them what we got right here.
All right. Well, let me see that die, please. So look, we're gonna switch it up a little bit today.
Yeah.
We got a game. It's called The Gray Area: Survive, Decide, and Thrive. So it's got 3 different categories: in-game, ethics, and instincts.
Yep.
And the way that we've done it, since we only have 3 categories and we have a die with 6 numbers, we're going to do 1 and 2 for in-game. Ethics will be 3 and 4, and instincts will be 5 and 6.
Yep.
So I'm going to start it off. All right, I got a 1, so we're going in-game. All right, Dylan, here you go. A loved one asks you to keep a promise that would change the course of your life. Breaking the promise could save you, but it would hurt them deeply. What do you do? That's challenging.
The promise could change the course of my life?
Yeah. Like break it, like say, something was going down, and if you broke the promise, you'd save yourself. But to save your loved one,
Gotcha.
you got to keep a secret.
I'm probably going to have to save my loved one on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to have to ride it out, see what happens.
That's real.
Yeah, that's a deep question right there. It is. I mean,
real.
It's a loved one, right? So man, that's tough.
Yeah. Well, here
I'm gonna do what I can. Let me
you
roll
roll.
this. Let me
You
roll
roll.
this. Okay, let's see what we got.
Let's see. We got another one. Do it again. Do it again. Let's do another.
Come on. Well, what does that show?
That's a 2. That's a 2.
Pick that sucker up. Let's do that one more day.
Do this again, bro. Wow.
It's a 3.
All right, we got ethics. Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's see what we got.
You accidentally receive a large sum of money in your bank account due to an error. Oof, please. Returning it would mean financial difficulty for yourself. Do you keep the money or notify the bank?
Man, the bank done got me a lot of times, so I think I'm going to keep the money. Tough luck.
That's a tough one, man. The paper trail.
But I do something nice with it.
Yeah.
I would. I'd take it. I'd take a little donation to the church. I'd probably, do something nice for another family.
Yeah, go help somebody else out.
Yeah, I'd do something with it. It depends on what the circumstance was, though. Again, I mean, if it was like, oh, you took this money from this old person on accident, I'd give it back. But if it was like, they're not contacting you, I'm gonna wait 2 weeks.
Definitely give it some cushion, man. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, man,
I'll wait
paper
2
trail
weeks.
there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait a while, and if y'all come to me and tell me something after a month, it's y'all's mistake.
that's your mistake.
That's your mistake.
Let's do a couple more, man. Those are cool. Let's see.
That was a better one.
Do another one, man. You go ahead.
I've rolled that thing about 5 times.
I got you. Look at
Look
me.
at that.
All right, we got 6 though. We got instincts.
There we go.
All right, let's see, Dylan. Here we got. A close relative asks you to keep a dangerous secret that could impact their safety. Keeping it could put you in danger too. Are you agree?
Why do I keep getting these with the family? Look, I'm gonna have to hold true, dude. It might put me in danger, but I mean,
Yeah, look, all right, one
give
more
me
roll.
another one.
All right,
Let's
that's
see.
a 3, so that's ethics. Let's see. Here you go.
Let's see. What we
Give me something good, man.
All right, I'm gonna try.
If not, we're gonna have to get another game, man.
We're trying to make this fun.
Yeah.
You're asked to write a glowing review for a product you know is flawed in exchange for a reward. Do you write the review?
Nah.
No, man. You got,
No, that's fake.
no way. No.
Yeah, I mean, there was like a tiny thought in there that I was like, what's the give? But I think that's just going against anything I believe in, man.
Yeah. It's like some of those infomercials that you see on TV. It's like, that ain't really gonna work.
Yeah.
What
Some
are you
of them are
doing?
cool. Some of them got me. I mean, I didn't pay for any, but I'm just saying. Some of them, like, I really thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, some of them, but
But like the dude that cut his boat in half, I was like, nah, bro.
yeah, that one. What was that? That Flex Seal.
Yeah, Flex
I've
Seal.
personally used it. The spray stuff, it
Yeah.
ain't really.
No.
If somebody's got a good story on some spray,
I mean, you're not cutting your boat in half.
No.
And taping it and sealing it back up with Flex Seal.
No, the tape is not too bad, but that stuff is super thick. I feel like there's other stuff out there.
Yeah.
Probably better.
Probably way better.
Probably a lot better. I think that's just a gimmick.
If I had a choice, I'd probably go fiberglass it back together. My uncle used to do that. He used to make canoes.
Hey, Angie's dad, my wife's dad, he's a fiberglass master. He done put together 2 boats. He's working on one right now. He done the last one he fixed. He sold it, but now he's working on another one.
Hey, he might be working on mine soon. I'm thinking about shooting a hole in that thing.
Yeah, he's waiting. He's trying to get that sucker ready for season coming up right now. Yeah. The weather's getting good, so.
Yeah, well, we're going to try another lake this weekend and see what happens.
We're going to put some fish in the boat besides bait.
Yeah. Disappointing. Yeah. I mean, but hey, look, at least I got somebody to attest that there ain't no fish in this certain lake that I've been going to.
Yeah, but let me tell you, when we were putting that boat in or up on the trailer, that water was blistering cold. I've been in the what's it, the Rio, or not the Rio Grande, the Guadalupe.
Yeah, Guadalupe is cold.
It's cold, but that was
it was freezing,
bro.
It was 50. I think on the Finder it said it was like 53 or 51.
Felt like my feet were in a cooler. Yeah, not cool.
Not cool.
No.
Fish weren't gonna bite.
But
it was fun to get out.
It was cold.
It was definitely fun to get out though and like have a different,
It's always nice on the water, man.
Well, we've had some really bad weather, and it was nice to get out on a day that was, and look, in the still air. Remember, it was kind of warm.
Yeah, there was like pockets on the lake. There was one pocket that was as cold as the water, boy. That's right. That was like for a quarter mile.
Yeah, I remember we passed through that. I was like, I didn't want to.
As soon as it got warm, because I left my jacket in the truck, I was like, nah, I just take my long sleeve and ride it out.
Yeah, it was cold.
It got cold for a minute.
But hopefully the weather's going to be a little bit better this weekend. We're going to try to catch a few fish,
This is that teaser weather, man. This is that weather that's like cold at night, cool in the morning, hot in the afternoon, cool again.
Right.
Because it gets hot when you're out there working in the sun.
It definitely does.
Yeah, the sun's on your back.
And I could have sworn the other day when we were working outside, it was 85 or 90 degrees. I looked at the thing. It was like 73.
73. Yeah.
I was like,
so bad.
What is this fixing to be like when it's 100? And that's the thing about Louisiana and Texas, I'm sure too.
The humidity here as well. It's just like Texas.
It's just so odd. Yeah. I mean, the weather's so unpredictable.
I'll tell you, the most unpredictable weather I've experienced was in Florida. I went and worked there for a week. 1 week was enough for me. It was in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Like, it rained I'm serious, every single day, probably like 10, 20 minutes. That's how many times, like, it's pretty darn wild. But that's like a tropical heat. I did that. That was in July. That was way too hot to be out there. But
yeah, we got another little game here.
We got a couple of them.
You can see this, but it's shot roulette. We're going to do this, but okay.
Look,
this is only 100 proof.
Oh, just 100.
We should be safe. All right, so look, we got shot roulette.
2 shots.
We're just putting 2 shots in the revolver, and I'm gonna give it a spin and see who wins. Is it?
Oh, there's something in there. There's always in there. I don't think that's.
Oh man, it landed on both of us.
Look at that. He said, "Oops, I get one too."
Yeah, that's some pretty good stuff. Blue Note. Crossroads. Is that a? It doesn't say where it's from. Let me see.
Because Kentucky got some good whiskey, man. That's what we've come to find.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't say where it's from. Look up Blue Note.
We'll find that out right.
Blue Note Crossroads, straight bourbon whiskey.
Right now.
Oh, you don't even got to do it.
What is it?
I missed it.
Hiding?
Yeah, it's Tennessee.
Tennessee? Well, that's a song.
Yeah, it says
whiskey,
Memphis.
man.
Memphis, man. Tennessee whiskey.
Oh, that's Dolphtown, isn't it?
Yeah, Dolph. Man,
Yeah,
R.I.P.
dude.
Dolph.
For real.
I was just getting into Dolph too.
I was so pissed when Dolph went because he had a vibe to him, man.
Yeah, bear with us, country folk. You know, we diving into a
Nah,
little
there's
rap.
plenty of country folk. All those dudes out
Hey,
there.
if y'all know Young Dolph, drop it in the comment.
Look,
What's
all
your
the
favorite
guys
song?
taking their duck boats out. All the guys going.
They jamming Dolph? Key Glock too, though.
They're jamming that. They're jamming the countryest country, but they're jamming some Dolph too,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
They are.
I always knew that because, like, my homeboy Jason Lang, shout out Jason Lang, Madisonville, Texas. We would be driving, you know, he's the one that taught me all the oil field stuff that I knew. And, yeah, we'd drive down the road, and then he put on rap, and I was like, man, you listen to rap? He's like, oh, I listen to everything. And I was surprised because,
Oh man, I listen to everything for sure, man.
you know, country boy like that, you wouldn't assume that.
Listen to the rap.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a big thing in the country.
You know, is what it is.
Pretty cool. Country.
Everybody blends as long as it's a good sound to it. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, country living was like my favorite, I think. I've lived in the city. I've lived in the country. And the country was so fun because
I've never had a chance to live in the country. I just had that deer lease that I talk about.
Yeah,
we went every weekend,
Well,
so it
check
was
this
like
out.
my second house.
check this out. You ever heard of Dew, Texas? DEW?
You mentioned it to me. I've only heard it from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all my Dewians.
The Dewians. All 10 of
the
you.
Dewians. So, because I know we haven't talked a lot about ourselves, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna just take this time to sum it up, but tell you a little bit about me. So I was born in Minden, Louisiana, not far from here, about 10 minutes up the road. But I don't remember. I wasn't like, we didn't live here. My parents lived. I don't want to get it wrong, but I think either in Thibodaux or Spring Hill area, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But they quickly moved to South Louisiana, and we lived in Denham Springs, right? Mm-hmm. And then in Denham Springs, that's where I met Shaq and all
That's
that cool
gotta be
stuff.
cool.
Yeah. Did we ever?
I think you did. You mentioned that you met
I think we
Shaq,
did at
because he
some
came
point.
into your school and he,
Yeah.
he told
It
you
was
the
cool.
joke.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But that met him there. Then we moved to Lake Charles, which I lived in Sulphur. But then from Sulphur, okay, check this out.
Yeah.
I was learning French in 3rd and 4th grade.
That's in Louisiana.
In Louisiana.
Sulphur, yeah.
Yeah. I moved to Texas, and my dad was always messing with us, you know.
Of course. Your dad's funny, man.
He
Your
was like,
dad's funny.
he's like, hey, son, when we get over here, you know, they got shaved heads and they talk like that, you know. And I thought he was messing around.
Yeah.
He was not. And I'm talking, we're in the city. Sulphur is a little more city than not, you know.
Kind of like Tomball, probably.
But we, changed classes. Like, we had several teachers learning French, which was really cool. I actually had a French teacher. Yeah, he was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He have a strong accent.
he did.
Yeah.
He's straight from overseas.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I mean,
You were getting some real French, though.
but dude, we come to Texas. We go to Texas. 6 people in my class in Dew, Texas,
Yeah.
including me.
They weren't
One
doing
maybe we might have changed areas, but
no French over there,
no
too.
French. We
Yeah.
weren't even learning Spanish yet.
Really? I
No.
remember. That was when I was in school. That was mandatory.
Yeah, and I think this is in
What grade?
99, 2000, 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we moved, we're on some land. And my dad, I remember he was real proud. He had some money, so he finally bought him a tractor.
He got away from people, too, man. That's
Yeah.
great. Out
Got
there
him a
in
tractor. He
Texas.
bought us a 4-wheeler. It was a Timberwolf 250. Fun, man. We drove that thing, cut up. Tons of stories about that thing, but yeah, Dew, Texas. 6 people in the class. I'm like, man, going from the city to the country like that was a big shocker. So it took me a while to adjust, because then I only had 1 or 2 years there, and then I had to go to high school in a whole nother town called Teague, Texas, Teague.
A little more people there.
Yeah, that's where we went to church, and that's where I graduated from. But when I got over there, we still didn't have Spanish classes or anything. I learned band. I learned to play the trombone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
My
I didn't know how
daughter's
to read.
getting into band now.
But dude, yeah, that's so cool. I think all of our kids are in band, right?
Yeah, yeah. You got one in band. Well, she's about to. She's gonna play the clarinet, man.
Yeah. So I got 2 flute players.
That's cool.
But anyway, so I played the trombone, and it was funny, dude. Shout out to y'all boys that helped me out. They wrote all the slide positions on the music throughout the year because if you really know me, I don't read music. I don't want to. I just want to play it, and if it sounds cool, cool.
Just make a good sound.
You know? But yeah, they would write the slide positions on there, and they helped me pass the test and stuff.
That's cool.
So one time I was like second chair, but it was a fluke. I mean, and then I got most improved player of the year or whatever.
Did you really?
It was so fake too. I mean,
so fake.
If y'all know, y'all listening, y'all know I was faking. Yeah, because I mean, he based a lot of my chair performance on one note.
Really?
Like if I could play a note, he'd move me up if the other guys messed up. It was He was just, he was just being fair. You know what I mean? Like making me feel okay. Because I mean, all those other guys, they had learned instruments several years before,
right?
Because I didn't have that in due.
Yeah.
We barely even just had
what you mean. They've been practicing, and you.
Yeah, bro. We barely had gotten PE. We had got a little gym. It was a half gym. We didn't even get a full gym.
Just one goal.
One goal. You think I'm playing? I was dead serious,
got one
bro.
goal,
Like one of our events was like, you remember we talking about jump rope?
Yeah.
That's
one of why you're a jump rope master, dude.
We played jump. I mean, we jump rope in there like a competition.
Dude,
and I went like 100, 200 times.
Yeah, you did. I seen it.
Yeah, it was fun.
That is fun.
But I mean, half goal, bro. That's all they could afford. That's where I grew up.
You get the ball, you got to go touch half court before you can go back.
Yeah. And there were more cows than people in the town that I lived in.
That's not so bad.
Population 300, cows probably 2,000.
That's not so bad.
No, it was cool.
I could deal with that.
You could walk up to the corner store with a note that your mom wanted to buy cigarettes. Sorry, Mom.
Still.
And you could buy cigarettes at 13.
That's country living. It's a different pace.
And that's why I'm saying, like, look how slow it was in the country, and now look how fast it is.
See, there's some there's some places that are still country slow and different. Because, my idea of the country is when you pull up to a stoplight or a flashing light or stop sign, you got 1 or 2, 3, 4 people in front of you.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no waiting.
Look, you could blink. You could go from Buffalo to Fairfield in this town, and you could blink, literally blink. Just go, and you're out of due.
This little stretch. Little Dew, Texas. It's like this street.
Not even.
How many streets are in Dew?
Oh, there's 4. It's an intersection, bro. I'm lying. There might be 5.
That's funny.
Because there is one little road, and I don't know what it looks like now, but there was one little road behind your fire station. Guys. There we go.
Technically, these smart
cameras. I
cameras.
took mine off AI tracking. Yeah. It might work for you. Yeah, bro, you could blink and go through this town. So much stuff happened in the town. We're going to talk about it over the years. Because this is going to last. I'm telling you. We're going to make this last.
Hey, man. Stories are good. That's what we're all about. It's a campfire story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you get lost in what you were talking about. Because I don't even know where I was going with that story. I think I was just talking about, a little bit about myself. And
yeah, you're just letting everybody know where you came from. Because you were starting out in Louisiana. And then you went to Dew. And then you moved to Teague.
Yeah.
Teague was a little bigger.
Yeah. And then when I graduated, I moved to Waco.
Yeah.
Terrible decisions. Had to call my parents up, come get me. Hey, thank you. And they came, put my truck on a trailer, took me to Huntsville. Still wasn't making good choices. And then somehow I ended up in Tomball.
That's where we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Tomball, 07. I moved down to Tomball. 06 or 07. Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. And then I met Garrett. What's up, Garrett? Zach Goodman.
Oh, no, Zach Goodman.
Yeah. And I didn't even know they were cousins for a while, and found that out. And then, matter of fact, it was crazy because this girl that I knew and I went to high school with, the reason that I even know Garrett, I don't think you know this about me.
Probably not.
My homegirl, College Station, went to visit her one weekend, and Jeremy was there. And I think he was living there at the time. Garrett's cousin, Jeremy Leader. And yeah, shout out Jeremy too. We had some times. But anyway, so he was dating my homegirl, and they came to my apartment in Tomball. And the next thing you know, I meet Garrett. Garrett introduces me to Zach. Zach introduces me to G-Bread. G-Bread introduces me to Rashid. Just like that. Crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny how stuff works sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, because if you really step back and look at it, and we'll talk about that when Rashid's on the show,
up and coming.
Yeah.
Here in the future.
Yeah, Rashid, we're going to get him on here.
Next month or so.
Yeah. Because that story's crazy.
Yeah.
And it reflects on Do. I mean, for real.
It all boils down to
And hey,
Do.
let me tell you something else about Do, and then I want to hear something else you got.
Oh, I got a cool story.
Because I know you got some stuff over there.
Yeah.
But the Do had a truck stop. That was what they were known for. Just so.
Got some good lot lizards there.
And yeah, my brother, bro, I'm so glad you're sober now, and I'm very proud of you. When we were back in the day, look, we would just drink, and then one time my brother just took off to the Do truck stop because we would go there like late night, 12, 1 in the morning, and eat breakfast. That was like a thing that we did because there was nothing else to do. Mm-hmm. And we didn't have flashlights. We didn't have anything. We just moonlighted it. Like we shot the hog.
Like we shot that pig.
Yeah. Yeah, we were young, and there was, less to worry about, the fun times, the good stuff, the things we need to get back to with our kids,
Yeah,
Let your kid cut up a little bit. Take them to the country.
Stuff to take you back to your youth.
Yeah, let them cut up, let them experience some stuff before they get out here in the real world.
Definitely.
It's not as fun if you don't. But anyway, so Andy takes off, and a couple of his buddies and me, like, we're walking down the trail. Here's Andy just sprawled out in the middle of the path. He was just messing around though. He wasn't drunk or nothing.
No, he's just playing.
Yeah, he was just wanting us to stumble up on him. So we like Andy. He's just messing with y'all. So we get out there, and we go to the truck stop, eat some breakfast. We're cutting up. Nobody in there is even. We're like 16.
Y'all just chilling.
And nobody in there that is grown adults is saying, "Hey, aren't y'all supposed to be home right now?"
Yeah, shouldn't y'all
No,
be
they
at
didn't care,
school?
man. We were there to eat. Had some friends sometimes that were a little more drunk than us and trying to steal stuff out of there. That was
ain't
fun.
cool.
We had to like bargain with the owners. We're like,
Yeah.
man, look.
We
We got our allowance at home. We'll come back and pay for the chips that he stole. Please, man.
got a lot of quarters, man.
Like, please don't do nothing. And they were cool. We went back, paid them up, no problem.
yeah. See, it's a
Country stuff.
simpler time back then, and
Yeah.
you were in the country.
Yeah, country was fun.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I just got a question.
what you got?
man. I said, look, man, you stranded in the woods. What's your game plan? What are you gonna do? I'm talking like in the clothes you got on, in the knife or no knife you got in your. All right, I'll give you a knife. You usually got a knife in your pocket, so you can have the knife. Got your cell phone, but you're so damn far in the woods. That cell phone is nothing but a dang
Well,
video camera.
and I mean,
Because that's all you're gonna have. If that cell
but
phone,
there's still like civilization out there. I'm just lost right now.
I mean, yeah, you gotta figure out how to survive, and somehow get back to civilization.
Well, you know what they say in
man.
Star Wars.
I've never seen Star Wars.
I'm kidding, man. We got our daughter Tatum.
Oh, she's
When,
I know.
when we play Fortnite together, she always says, "You know what they say in Star Wars? Keep the high ground." So, but anyways, nah. If I was stranded in the woods, man,
funny.
I think the first thing I do is try to find a source of water,
yeah,
and then next thing I would do is try to build me a fire. If I, just for overnight, get a game plan. I'd also keep track of the stars and try to find like one way to go, so I'm not like running around in different patterns or circles if I come across obstacles.
Right.
You know what I mean? Probably gonna build me a weapon of some sort, just so if I run across anything. And I try to find like a small rodent at first, so I can eat and get my nutrients in.
I mean, realistically, that's gonna be tough to catch, man. You got to make yourself a good little trap.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make something.
Yeah, make you a trap.
Yeah, I'm gonna make something where I can catch me a small rodent though.
There you go.
Whether I'm gonna I'll build a bow and arrow, bro. Don't put it past me.
Oh, I mean, heck yeah. If you got enough time on your hands, that's like the true Native Americans.
Well, that's the thing. I got Native American blood. That's cool, man.
So that's what I'm saying.
One of my great grandmothers was full blood Native American.
That's like finding an arrowhead on the ground or something like that from somebody that lived on the land like that. It's pretty cool because those date way back.
Well, let me reciprocate that question.
Yeah.
What you doing, man?
Oh, I'll tell you. Because I've been lost in the woods before, but I wasn't lost for very long. And I was with my dad and I was young. But there was something that, like if you're ever walking off in the, like, look, let me tell you this. So if I'm in the woods, I'm looking up at the trees. I'm trying to figure out the tallest tree. So when I'm walking somewhere, I can see, where the tree is in relation to where I am, and then pick another one and then try to move in a straight line towards maybe a road or something. I'm going to go until it's almost getting dark. Then I'm going to find a spot to chill. Next day, finding water. Because if I don't have any water, day one, I'm trying to get out of there.
Right.
Day two, I'm finding water and I got to buckle down. You know what I mean? I got to figure it out. Because it gets real out there in the woods.
For sure.
Like I've been lost, but what I was kind of drifting off talking about is I shot a deer one time when I was young. I don't know, probably like 12 years old, something like that. And we go down there to look for this deer, right? It's me, my dad, and my little brother. My brother's probably like 5 or 6 at the time. And we tell my brother, like, because we parked the 4-wheeler on the street, we were like, look, dude, just stay right here. We go walking off into the woods looking for the deer. After we're about like 80 yards off in the woods, here comes Dakota, my brother. He come walking into the woods, leaves the 4-wheeler on the road. And we're like, dude, you're supposed to stay at the road because we needed to be like, hey, here we come.
Yeah.
Come this way. We needed to hear that, because we turned the 4-wheeler off.
Right.
So here we go. We're in the woods. We're lost. I'm freaking out. My dad's trying to keep both of his kids under control. And
and we know you're going to do it, Dean.
Oh, he did it. He did it too. So he was like, look, Dakota, stay at this tree. Because he had the gun and everything. We're like, stay here. Don't move. And me and my dad started to walk in circles like this, to try to find the road. So we did. Because, once you get in there, you get turned around.
Yeah.
If you're not paying attention to because when you're in the woods, if you're not
it's still daylight, right?
Oh, it was daylight. It was like probably 1, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
But if you're not paying attention to the highest tree, when you're in like the brush like that, oh, you'll get turned around so quick.
What about the sun, though?
I wasn't looking at the sun because I never really looked at the sun. I've always just looked at trees because when I'm walking through deep woods, I look at this tree, look at that tree.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to keep like something in the sky.
Yeah.
In the sun, yeah.
But we found a road, dude, walking in circles, and then we were like, once we found the 4-wheeler. But it's funny.
Like y'all were walking in circles like outward?
Like here's my brother, and we were walking in circles like this around it. So like we could find if the road's here, we don't know. Right. So we were just walking like this, corkscrew wise around my brother on a tree that he was not leaving. So we did that.
Man.
And but right as we got to the road, that's when we found the deer. We walked so far off into the woods. She was only laying like 15 yards off into the woods.
That's
so that
crazy.
was like the craziest lesson, dude.
Man. But what a good story, though. You still found the deer.
Yeah, we found her, man. But it was crazy because, like, in the scope, when I shot her, it looked like she tumbled and fell down. But you never really know what happens to them once they get off into the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, hunting
That was
stories.
your first deer?
No, that wasn't my first one, but it was one of them.
Yeah.
You know, one of the first 5 probably.
Yeah, man, my first deer.
Where was that
Man,
at?
dude. I don't remember. I know
Dude,
that
Texas?
it was man. It was in East Texas. Definitely in East Texas. My dad had a
That's
deer
where
lease.
I hunt. Yeah.
My dad had a deer lease that we would go to.
Cleveland.
And it was further east than that. Like,
Well, you were out there.
I mean, we were out there. Man, I'll think of it in a minute. My mind's blank today, man. It's been a long week.
Well,
but,
you know.
But yeah, so
It's getting hot.
It not Alto, but
shoot, we're pretty
man,
east for Texas out
we
here.
pass it going like when we're going back to Houston.
Toledo Bend area?
No, north of there, but like I'll think of it later on. But anyway, so my dad had a little lease out there.
Yeah.
And he took me and my brother, and at the time, like I was on some of this weird medicine. And
like ADHD?
Nah, just I don't remember what it was, but I remember I was like I had to take some medicine and then I was coming off of it. So like, I had these weird withdrawals going on, you know?
Yeah.
But my dad said, all right, I got a stand. You can go sit in. I'm going to go over here. And I hate to even like, forget it. It's camp talk stories,
It's
all right?
camp talk.
So
this
look,
is what you talk about, man.
I don't remember how, I think I was of age for sure. At least.
Well, back then there was no age.
Yeah, because I mean, but look, I didn't go hunting for deer or anything like that before 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know, we would always hunt varmints. My dad was squirrel hunter, you know, which we're going to get to that in just a second.
That too, and I got a story about coming of age.
All right, so remember that and we'll bring back.
Man.
All right, so, but he takes me to this deer stand and he's like, all right, you stay here. We know doe come up on this stand a lot. Right. And he was like, we're going to put you over here.
I always want to set a kid up.
They wanted to go for the bucks were, you know, which I understood.
It's all right.
You know, they know.
You see, that's the thing. See, but they did a good thing. You've never shot a deer before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if there's big bucks over there, like my first buck that I actually hit and shot and killed was big, and I've never shot one that big before. I've ruined myself.
Well, see, I mean, they didn't want to shoot the doe. They wanted the bigger game. So they knew they were there and they let them go. They saw them the evening before.
That's cool.
So I get on this stand and I had a couple Budweisers with me.
There you go.
And I had my grandfather's 30-06. Man.
Great gun.
Great gun.
Great deer gun. Great hog gun. All around Texas gun.
Right. Remember, this is my first deer, right?
Right.
And I'm a young adult, drinking beer, probably 2-3 beers in.
You're out in the woods, man.
Here come 3 doe walking up, and I'm not thinking.
You got the fever. You were shaking, huh?
Not crazily, but you
got that.
But my adrenaline's running. You know, so I'm trying to be quiet because, you know, if you shoot a rifle enough, you're comfortable doing it.
Right.
But like when you got a deer standing in front of you,
it's make or break. That's when people ask about hunting, like, what do you enjoy about it?
Yeah,
like,
it's that.
And that's what they say. When you lose that excitement,
right,
and you don't get excited like that, it's time to hang it up.
It's time to hang it up. But I mean, look, I have the rifle leaning up against the wall, and I'm seeing this. I'm like, oh, snap.
Game time.
There's 3 doe down there. Mm-hmm. So
how far were they?
They were probably 100 yards.
That's good. That's a good shot.
Yeah, I want to say at least 100 yards.
You had a scope on your 30-06, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, remember when we sighted it in and I thought I didn't have the shot still?
Uh-huh.
It was still spot on.
Still spot on.
You were like, man, you shot a big old hole through this thing.
Uh-huh. I remember.
So,
I just wanted everybody else to know.
Yeah, I got you.
Uh-huh.
But so yeah, I remember I was pulling it up and I tapped the front of the stand, and they perked their ears up, you know.
Don't move.
And I don't move. And I slowly pull the gun up, and I'm aiming out, and I picked the biggest one I could find, and put it in my sight.
Mm-hmm. Squeeze.
I'm aiming in that kill spot.
Uh-huh.
and I'm breathing, and I go to shoot, and I remember it had been a while since I shot that gun, but I dialed it in myself.
Right.
And the trigger on that thing is a little heavy. So I'm pulling, and I kind of
jerk a little bit.
Just a tad, and I hit her in the backbone.
She fell straight down.
Yeah. And it hurt, man, because I went over there, and she's spinning in circles. Yeah. Spinning in circles. You know, doing that deer scream.
I know. I've been there.
And I didn't have a pistol or a knife.
Yeah. I've got a few stories.
So I had to shoot it again with the 30-06. And that was it.
Yeah.
Put her out of her misery. And then I'm yelling, Dad! Dad! I'm calling him.
He's
Love
still
you to
in the
death,
stand?
Dad. He's still in the stand sleeping. He took an afternoon dad nap.
Dude, when you're in the woods like that, those happen all the time.
So and it's getting dark, and I'm sitting here, and I killed a deer, and they came up. Dad's like, "You get one?" I said, "Yeah." I'm excited. Yeah, Dad, come on. We got to go get it.
Most excited.
We go over there, and I'm young, and I'm very lightweight at that time. 130 pounds. My adrenaline's rushing, though.
Yes.
And my dad grabbed one side, and I grabbed the other, and we picked it up with one hand and threw it up on the tailgate, took it to camp. Mm-hmm. Hung it up, started skinning it. But if you know the gains is at a campfire.
Oh, boy.
We're going to start drinking.
Oh.
And we're going to pass the whiskey around. And the deer's not going to get fully cleaned.
It was cold. How cold was it?
Not cold enough.
Oh, boy.
And the animals in the woods dragged my deer off.
Oh.
So to eat my first deer, man.
Well, something did. It went to something.
Hey, it did.
It went to something.
We had a good time because, I got hammered that night. And my dad, I remember he wanted to go hunting the next day. And I said, yeah, okay, y'all go out because my head was pounding. I didn't know how to handle it yet.
Yeah, dude, you're a kid.
You know what I mean?
Young man.
Now I've learned, don't mix your liquor. That's dumb. That's amateur stuff. I mean, y'all do what y'all do, but I'm going to do me. I'm not mixing no liquor.
Gotta do it responsibly.
Look, I'm either drinking. Look, I'm done drinking whiskey. I got to go pause for a second, put it on Dylan, and get my beer.
Yeah, man, go get you a beer.
But what you got else, though?
I got a good story right here, dude. We talked about what are you going to do if you're stranded in the woods. Well, let me tell you what, dude. There's this dude named Aaron Ralston. He went rock climbing. Well, yeah, we'll call it rock climbing. He was rappelling down a cliff, down a rock side. Well, one of the boulders got loose and got his hand stuck. Well, he was stuck on the side of this thing for 5 days, and he had very little food, very little water. Didn't tell anybody that he was going out there, where he was going, which is why you should always tell somebody where you're going to be if you're out in the middle of nowhere. If you're not going to have signal, somebody needs to know where you are, and if you don't respond within a certain time, somebody's going to come looking for you. Well, he didn't do that, so this boulder's got his hand stuck in between the rock face and where he's hanging. So he's got a little multi-tool in his pocket with his left hand. He's trying to, chip it away and get himself out. And that was doing no good. So after 5 days of nobody coming to look for him, not hearing nothing, running out of food, running out of water, what would you do? Just like he does. I don't know how you could imagine doing this.
We're talking about this guy that...
Yeah, Aaron Ralston, that was, hanging and got that boulder on his hand.
Wow.
And stuff. Well, after day 5, 172 hours, after 127 hours, he breaks his arm with his multi-tool and cuts through all his tendons, all of his everything. He had to leave his hand stuck
under the rock.
Yeah, stuck between the rock.
Wow.
So he did that and then had to rappel 60 some odd feet down the thing. So
What did he do to stop the blood, though?
I don't know. Actually, there's a movie that was created off of him.
Man.
And, but he does this, rappels down, and then walks 5 or 7 miles to go find some hikers. And the hikers, phone in somebody because whatever, took him somewhere, and a helicopter survived him. And then he ended up writing a memoir called Between a Rock and a Hard Place.
Man,
Right?
I'm feeling that.
I think that is like the best Between a Rock and a Hard Place story, dude.
I agree.
Come on.
I mean, I
Cut his own arm off with a tool. Mind you got to think about this. He's been chipping at the rock, trying to free himself for 5 days. And then he takes that same multi-tool to cut his arm off. I had to have been fucked up.
I mean,
had to have been so bad.
well, that's the thing. Like, if you're
So bad.
if you're in survival mode,
It's fight or flight.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
I mean, even if it's like seems the most extreme to you in that moment.
It's like a wild animal, Like I told the story about my wife saving the pig. She got ran over, broken back legs. That pig never saw the doctor. Didn't do nothing.
Right.
It freaking healed on its own and could still walk like a regular pig this day. Now it's a pet. It's crazy. I've seen deer with holes in their backs, holes in their shoulders, holes in their neck, freaking missing legs. They still survive.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
they have no choice. No choice. And, I mean, what are they going to do? Lay down and wait till something decides to come eat them? They have to live. It's
For
crazy.
real.
It's crazy. I've
For
seen
real.
pigs shot with no nose. Because when you're hunting hogs, you usually shoot them in the head. Well,
Right.
I've seen a pig walking around that had its whole damn top nose and everything shot right off. Just had a bottom jaw like this. It was licking food up, licking corn off the ground.
Them hogs are relentless, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's the will to survive. A wild animal has it. People get weak.
What's the most dominant animal? Period.
Where?
I mean,
Because between the different
what's the
continents.
most dominant animal in the sea, like in the ocean? We gotta look this up. And while we are,
Oh, I can tell you,
what's that?
the orca.
I was gonna say I knew it was a whale.
The orca. There's no dude.
You would think it would be a shark.
They're so smart. If you're on a freaking
Yeah, they can set you up.
slab of ice,
They set you up, right?
they'll say, look, they'll do like 3 or 4 of them shoulder to shoulder, and they'll swim through the water as fast as they can towards you and then kick their tail up and then put this tidal wave of water to blow you off of it. That's what's crazy about those orcas, dude. They can break the ice, but when they get shoulder to shoulder and knock you off a block of ice, that's fucking wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it says the honey badger is the most relentless and fearless animal.
They're downright mean. People look, see, y'all need to look it up. People pull those badgers out of their holes by the back of their neck, like you pick up a cat.
Oh, for real?
Like you pick up a cat, people pick up badgers. Look it up. It's freaking wild. The dudes out there snatching badgers up off the ground.
Y'all are savages.
I don't know how y'all sit down. The huevos that big. Good God. I ain't
That's
messing with
crazy,
one of
man.
those. I'll pick up a snake. I'll pick up the most venomous snake in the world.
I mean, it's like not even, they're not even comparing it. And look, that's something too. Like, what's the
They're
strongest?
wild.
That's the strongest animal.
Strongest land animal?
It's, dang. All right.
Come on. That's what I chose. Elephant, of course. I mean, look how big they are. Duh.
I mean, they're big, but where do they generate their power from?
Their damn trunk. That trunk can rip a tree out the ground, man.
Bro, I think some. let's debate.
All right.
I think, maybe one elephant versus any other animal.
Well,
maybe,
no.
Maybe.
I don't think they're worth a shit in verses.
But I'm just saying, like, a tiger, they just, they may be strong, but as far as, like, using
killer.
that strength to be able to defend yourself.
See, that's kind of why I chose when we talked about reincarnation. I talked about a gorilla.
Yeah,
because they got a hand.
That's one of the number one animals that are strong.
Because they got a hand, dude, and they got a brain that can.
Bro, check this out. Leafcutter ants,
strongest, and they're all over Texas. You ever seen one?
No, they're in like the category for the strongest animal
because they can pick up so much more than their
an
body
American
weight.
Alligator, crocodile, anaconda.
Yeah, but those ants, how much body weight can
we're going to show y'all real quick while I got this up. These are the animals that are like the strongest that are coming up. Shepherd dog, brown bear, hippopotamus, white shark, white rhinoceros, harpy eagle.
Look,
that's interesting. Put
this into perspective. That leafcutter ant can carry 20 times its body weight.
What?
I'll tell you right now, I am.
No, bro. Look, right here. Look, there's a fact check on you.
Oh, look. Okay.
50 times their body weight.
Even more.
Why?
And I've seen them. They're wild to watch.
Hey, have you ever seen... Bro, look this up. This is messed up, man.
What am I looking at?
Ants are racist.
Racist?
Yeah. Look up racist ants.
Oh, yeah. The black and red ants fight?
Look up racist ants. Tell me what you see.
Images. The first image that pops up is a black ant being pulled apart by 5 other ants. Look at this. Look how stupid that is.
Wow. No, pull it over your screen more. Let's look it up right here. They can't see that really well.
They can't see
what
that.
What are you searching?
Look, I looked up racist ants on Google, and then I just put images.
All right, and then images.
Look, that first image is so ridiculous.
Look, check this out. We're gonna put this up.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to show y'all.
I was watching on the, I think it was like the
Discovery Channel or something.
Animal Planet, or
that's what I grew up on, man.
So apparently, and look, we don't even have to say this. We're not racist. Don't try to sue us. Don't try to do no dummy stuff, nonsense. Man. But look, there is a certain ant that will go into another colony of ants. Isn't that what it's called? Colony?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, colony.
All right, so colony of ants. And they will actually manipulate.
Trick them.
Yeah. To believing that there are certain ants, and those ants will go back to the colony and act as soldiers.
I've seen that.
This is crazy. And if you really think about this on like a overall scale of things, they don't have human encounter. They don't have stuff that we have, right?
Right.
And they're still doing things that are kind of like,
Well, just like that.
What
man,
you doing, man?
They're doing
that's
stuff
racist, bro. You a different color ant. What you coming over in my pile for, bruh?
Yeah, showing up and then taking my people. That's exactly what they're doing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I might go on a rampage, bro. I'm gonna find these ants that are racist and we're gonna destroy them.
Tell them about that. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, Dylan got to take a bathroom break.
Oh, seal.
But look, we'll switch it to me. But yeah, so look, Modelo is good. Especially if you've been out working in the sun all day. Ridiculous. But like, sorry for saying so much. There's a ridiculous amount of crazy stuff going out right now. And, part of it is we've grown into a fast world where we're out of the country. Things are so tight. Technology's prospered.
The technology's getting crazy.
I just want to go back.
You gotta get back in touch with your youth, man.
Just want to get back. Where are we at? Okay, we were talking about this racist ants. I had to just go into something stupid for a second.
Well, it happens.
Racist ants. We're not, we don't feel that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, but it's interesting.
No.
It's so interesting, like how another ant colony can go. Do birds do this?
That's a good question. I know there's some sort of freaking like fungus type
What's
stuff.
the most territorial animal?
This fungus stuff that'll take over a brain's or a insect's brain and make it move while it's dead. That shit's pretty wild.
Yeah. Wow. All right. I had no idea hippos were so territorial.
You want to know another fact? They kill more people than any other animal in the U.S. per year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hippos, wolves, and male cougars are super aggressive.
That's what I'm saying. You asked the question, what do you not want to run across?
Hey, look at the
I don't want to run across I don't want to run across
a hippo?
No. Hell no. Definitely no.
Hey, look at the hippo. They have sharp teeth and can bite with a pressure of 2,000 pounds per square inch.
Yeah, but the thing is whenever you're out there, and the reason why they kill so many people is this right here.
What's that?
Where they live in Africa, they got a lot of those dinghy boats, like canoe boats, like little janky boats. Not saying anything bad, just saying that's what they use, like tribal boats. And those hippos, they knock you out of the damn boat. And when you're flailing in the water trying to get out or back on your boat, there comes that 2,000 pounds per inch of bite with enormous teeth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why I think they're killing more people than like snakes and sharks and all that. But their territory is getting torn up eventually. That ain't going to be the statistic anymore.
Right. It's definitely not.
It's pretty wild. But no, I don't want to. But, the other one was the cougar. And I've seen a handful of cougars. Yeah, I've seen a handful of. My dad actually shot at one time and missed it. I can't believe you did that. But, oh my gosh.
Dang, man, call him out.
Dad will call my dad out. He knows that story and he'll laugh when he hears this. But I'm not going to go into detail. But no, man, if you're walking that's what I said in Texas. If you're walking around the previous episode, that is something you don't want to run across.
Yeah.
Because they're quiet. Like
I
you said, a tiger.
I never worried about, when I was a kid, younger.
Yeah.
When we were walking through those woods, that dude truck stop and all that.
You never thought about a cougar?
Man, I never thought about anything.
Yeah, man.
And as a dad, I worry about the stupidest stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow. Stuff that don't do that.
And it's wild.
Look,
that's all the stuff we've done that we're trying to keep them from doing.
Yeah. But it doesn't. but I will say this. I'm a very different kind of parent. I feel like keeping your kids from things, it hurts them. I think that.
Yeah, you can't shelter them because the moment they get I know if
you tell them don't do something, they're going to go do it.
Well, that's the thing. Once they turn 18, they're out of your house and they're going to survive on their own. And they have all these influences. Yeah. Now they're just down the rabbit hole.
Right. That's why, I got stepkids and I also have a daughter. And I've told all of them.
Right.
Hey, look. Their mamas know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm different.
Yep.
If you got something going on, I'm always the one you could talk to. You could tell me whatever, and I ain't going to judge you. I'm just going to help you. Because, sometimes kids need to learn. They might need to learn their lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you might need to go to a pastor party to understand.
Yeah. See, that's the type of living that a lot of kids need. They need that fun. They need to go out and experience. I'll say it. Drinking a couple of beers.
Yeah, but that's what I want my kids to know. They can go drink. They're going to have it.
They're gonna do it with or without you.
So for me, all right, look, just don't drink and drive.
No, never.
If you're gonna be at a party and you do decide to drink,
call me.
I mean, depending on the circumstances, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, but you
But
call
you
me.
might not. I mean, if you call me at the right moment and you let me know what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, if you call me and you,
If it's 3 in the morning,
but if you like in something,
yeah, call me before the end.
let me know what you're doing. Though.
Yes,
You know?
always.
It's not always easy to tell your kids that. But I remember that I had like a best friend that his parents were a little more open.
Yeah.
And that made me feel this way.
I had a friend that way growing up too, you know. I mean, you're talking about like they let you do things.
Yeah, they let us do things, but
Right.
we were responsible with it.
We were too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they were like, "Hey, you could drink here, but don't you leave here, you'll never drink here again."
Yeah,
Don't disrespect it.
Yeah.
Take an inch, don't take a mile.
Yeah.
Because I remember one time
Yeah.
we were in the country, and my homeboy, I ain't gonna say his name.
Had a little too much fun.
Nah, man. I mean, like it was just me and him, and we were out. We did a campfire,
There you go.
and we had some beer.
Y'all were
His
camp
parents,
talking.
yeah, his parent. We were.
Y'all were. I know you were.
Yeah, you wanna know what the campfire talk was about?
What was it about?
Poison ivy.
See?
Because I went in the woods the day before and got poison all over. I'm allergic.
I'm not affected by it.
That's correct. I wish that I wasn't.
Or
Okay.
poison oak.
I don't know that I am now, but back then I was. Because I had a track meet that I had poison ivy all over me. But we went to the, we had a little fire outside. His dad was watching us like a hawk. They allowed us to drink, but we were smoking cigarettes too.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
You know, I remember when
And we were 16.
I used to take my dad's cigarettes out of his pack. He smoked Durals when I was young.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I never lit them.
Right.
I would go back behind the house, and you never heard this. I'll go and I would just dry hit the cigarette. Just I would never light it. I would just. It was like a sweet
funny.
taste, but I never lit it. That was my first experience with cigarettes when I was young.
But yeah, so we were out there, and
Drinking beer, smoking cigarettes.
drinking beers and smoking cigarettes. And we're at the
Becoming a
fire, so we
man.
can't see what's happening. He comes up, he shows up like a, "Hey, I gave y'all an inch and you took a mile. I'll see you in the morning. Enjoy it now."
Oh no, you knew it was the enjoyment was
Oh, bro,
over.
we threw the cigarettes in the fire.
Yeah, you weren't enjoying nothing.
It was that, yeah, he knew what he was doing.
And he was mind.
And you know what? He never
Bending
said
y'all.
nothing to us.
He never said nothing again.
Never.
But the thing is, he
got in our
asserted
head.
himself,
He got in our head.
and then he left.
And we never did that again.
See,
Matter of fact, I didn't smoke again until I was well into my legal years to smoke. He's scared to fear. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Ray Gant, man. Appreciate you, man. If you ever listen to it.
that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, because they were strict parents. They did their thing, but they were strict parents, and that's how my parents were. But like, my mom didn't want me to experience anything, and I respect that.
That's fine.
But my mom never My mom never cussed. She never drank.
See, there's people out there that were
Right.
raised
Yeah,
by
different.
people that have never done anything wrong.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
and it's very different. It's not normal.
not wrong.
but it's not wrong at all.
No, it's not wrong.
No, not at all.
That's all you know.
But like my mom, her parents drank a lot.
So she was against that.
So
for sure.
she saw things that I don't know, man. I didn't see it, but like my mom saw
Yeah,
things.
she's
that-
wise. She knows.
Yeah, she saw things that she didn't want a part of. So she chose her battles.
Put her foot down.
Yeah,
You know,
and
it
that's
happens.
okay. That's okay.
Yeah, my parents did that for a long time, and I paved the road for my brother because I was 6.5 years above him, and I did
But bro-
everything wrong, and I made it.
But look,
you
your
know.
brother, And
he's an OG.
yeah, he's different.
He's different. The thing is,
He's an old soul. That's what you say.
He's an old soul for sure. He was born in the 70s, living today. You know,
I think even before
that, maybe the 50s.
Because like when you talk to Dakota,
I'm telling you, dude,
he don't care about social media.
Not at all. His whole life growing up,
I envy that.
He doesn't even look at his phone. He could have 100 messages on his phone, and he doesn't even look at that dang thing. And then
I envy that, man.
You call him and go, "What the hell?" He's like, "I hadn't looked."
Yeah, because I remember when pagers were out. All right, so you and I are close in age. Look, you guys, check this out. This is what's crazy.
I don't remember pagers.
Right. So we're so close in age. I'm 39.
I'm 32.
32. So we're 7 years difference.
Right.
Okay?
Most of my friends are that much older than me, man. What the heck?
Well, you're just an old soul too.
I am.
I was too. Like I hung out with my brother and his friends. I didn't want to hang out with my friends.
Right.
And that's what you should do as a younger brother. Mm-hmm. You need to hang out with your older brother and learn things because, especially in this time.
And my brother did too.
Yeah.
For sure.
But your brothers, damn, dude. I met a lot of. I'm telling you. Yeah, I met a lot of younger brothers. You know.
He's got
he
something
makes
going
me feel
on,
like when we're around each other that we're on the same level.
Bro, he's that old soul. Like, how long you really been alive, bro?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go like do some things like hunting and fishing with him. And
yeah. He's always, look, my brother, when I was living at my mom's house, he was going out with his buddies, flounder gigging. And some days he'd go out by himself, not tell his soul. Not tell his soul. He'd just leave the house. Like that story I just said. If you leave the house to go do something, let somebody know where you go. No, my brother, he just threw the gig in the truck, took off.
Yeah.
Came back with 5 slabs of flounder, and we would freaking cook them however which way we wanted to. He would go Bobby Flay on it sometimes and stuff.
See, I don't know if that's like a generation thing or if it's like a person thing. Because when I was telling you about the stories of me and Teague and all that when we were doing the pasture parties.
Right.
I mean, bro, we were simple. Yeah. All we wanted to do was get in the truck, ride dirt roads, drink beer. But we didn't abuse it. I mean, all right, I say that.
Well, see, the thing is, abusing it. Have you ever been pulled over drinking and driving?
Yeah.
You have?
Of course.
Son of a gun, not myself. I broke away from that. I dodged some bullets.
But this is what I'm saying, Dylan. When you're in Teague, Texas, drinking and driving ain't the same as you are when you're in a city.
Houston, Texas. Nah.
It's not. You're because we're country boys.
That's that small town living.
Yeah, we're like driving. I mean, I had an airbag truck. But most of us had dualies and
dirt road driving, like all those kids we saw taking the boat out the other day.
Right. So, I mean, but look, I never will approve of drinking and driving. I lost a good friend.
I've lost some people as well.
Yeah, I mean,
you always think you're good,
people, right?
Until you're not.
But I'll tell you this: you got to know your limits. And I will never approve of any drinking and driving at all these days.
Yep.
I mean, you drink anything more than 1 beer, don't drive the car. That's dumb.
That's your whole life.
What I'm referring to right now is days that we weren't around anybody, guys.
Yeah, they're in a county with 10 people in it. He graduated with 6 folks. Or that school, well, you had 6 people in your classroom.
I mean, but even in my big town, I graduated with less than 100.
That's small. My graduating class was in the thousands.
Right. So, and like I say, I don't condone it. Don't do it. But I remember the times that like we weren't hurting anything, and we were definitely aware of how much we were drinking. We might have drank, but if we're driving, we might drink 2 beers. We're letting everybody else. That was the way that it went. Mm-hmm. Or, we're on the way to a pasture party. Pasture parties were cool.
Sounds like a rave to me.
No, man. That was what was cool about it.
Yeah, we're just drinking.
Man, dang, man. Like
what years were this
was
again?
organized, man.
This was in like the
Between 2000 and 2004.
early.
Yeah, so check this out. Like we would have homecoming was a big thing. So every year we built a huge bonfire. But we had rivals against Fairfield.
Y'all couldn't just get along.
Couldn't get along. We dated their girls, they dated ours.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Mackin'.
we ready to go, right? But we built this most iconic bonfire, man.
Trees.
And a lot of y'all don't know. Check this out.
Let's hear it.
We built the biggest bonfire. Don't remember the year, but y'all know that we're involved. My brother, he was still in high school. But check this out. We built levels to this bonfire. And we went and bought a ton of beer. Tons of beer. And we stashed it in the
Y'all
bonfire.
didn't do a beer run, did you? Y'all went and bought the beer, huh?
Yeah, we did a beer. Hey, mister. Okay. We
Oh,
bought a
man.
bunch of beer, right?
I love it already. Y'all in the middle of nowhere.
No, we're in the middle of everywhere. We're on school property.
Oh, God. You're not school. I didn't.
Yeah. Right across the street from my homeboy's house.
Oh, man.
Yeah. On school property. We stashed 10 30 packs.
Oh, man.
We're talking about a bunch of students between
What beer?
man.
Back then, what was
Back
it?
then,
what
dude,
was
it
the
was
thing?
Probably Keystone.
Keystone?
We drank a lot of Keystone.
That's
Coors
still
Light.
That's still a beer, man.
Yeah, Keystone. We were drinking a lot of Keystone. So, but look,
Yeah.
man, this year we had the biggest bonfire. Matter of fact, we had a homeboy of ours. Man, sorry that I don't remember your name, but they went and bought a car from the impound.
Yeah.
And we had like a day where we went over there and we like beat the shit out of this car
Y'all bought a car
just to beat the shit out
to
of it.
beat the shit out of it.
In the same.
Did y'all put that in the bonfire?
Of course. Like, bro, it was like, you know, an
You burnt
area.
the car.
No, well, look. Yes,
Yeah,
but
I
like,
love it.
Hold on. We're building up to the climax of this story. So we build this bonfire. My brother and I and a lot of his friends, like, we all had resources. So we could go to the woods and we could get tons of, like, I lived on 6 acres of land and we could cut down trees and all that.
I could only
So we
wish.
got all the wood, hauled it. Man, everybody's bringing wood. We're talking probably 1,500 square foot of bonfire.
That's a house.
Probably more, Dylan.
Wow.
All right, we had levels. We could walk through it, walk up on it. We made platforms. We made houses and buildings inside the bonfire. Anybody that went to Teague, Texas, comment and tell this guy
Come
the
on,
real
I need
truth.
to see. If,
Look, his face
this is-
don't look like it's believable.
no, I believe you. This is
But it's crazy.
This is before like all these. You know, we got iPhones in our pocket. This is before that.
We didn't have cell phones.
I know. Who has? Please.
There's
who
no
has-
footage.
No footage.
No footage. There's
So
nothing.
much of my life was no footage.
Because
as
I'm gonna
well.
tell you why there's no footage. We're getting to that.
I love it.
We're building levels. We put several 30 packs. I want to say at least 10 into the bonfire. They bring this car out. We're beating it up during the day. Everybody else is beating it up. I'm not beating it up. But several other people were beating a couple cars up. You know, they drop them off. We're beating them up. Push them in the
Sounds
bonfire.
like
No, we got tractors, all kinds of stuff, man. It's nothing. Everybody around there is like,
That's
they
that
know
country life.
They know what's up.
Yeah.
And then we people volunteered to watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Watch the fire. Because rivalry is coming. They want to burn your fire before you get to burn your fire.
Oh, they were coming to light it.
Yeah. Because we had a set
You're
night.
building it.
We want to burn this.
This took days.
Yeah, like we're planning this weeks, bro.
Yeah,
We're not
weeks.
talking about days.
Yeah,
We're talking about weeks.
This is a master plan.
Master plan.
Somebody's trying to ruin.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And guess what? They did it.
They did it.
They ruined it.
They completed their mission.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They burned the
How
fire
did y'all
down.
handle that?
I mean, we wanted to.
Y'all did it rationally.
A lot of people was fighting.
Okay.
You know, for a while. But, you know, I'm sure a couple of us try to go burn their fire.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know what the outcome was, but I just know they burned our fire that year.
Y'all were how old at this time?
I mean, I was definitely 16 at least.
Oh, you can imagine how you were at 16 years old.
Wild.
I know I was wild. That's the same.
I took 2 girls to prom.
Wild. You know what? Sorry.
And they
Angie.
were cool with it.
Sorry,
and look,
Angie, I never took you to prom.
No, listen, but hey.
We were pregnant during prom.
All right. I can't.
That's when Destin came along.
Okay, well, I don't know that story at all. But when I went to prom, all right, so what happened was, it wasn't no mischievous stuff on my part.
Right.
Okay. I had this girl that was a good friend of mine. And I was talking to her about her brother, and he had that stuffed animal that he carried around with him all the time.
Right.
Well, I promised her that I would take her to prom.
Gotcha.
We were just friends. We knew we would never date, nothing like that.
It is what it is.
Right. Well, then I eventually dated somebody along the way.
Right.
And I was like, look, I promised her. And she was like, oh, it's cool. Whatever. So we went.
She was cool.
Yeah, they were both cool with it.
That's cool.
They were friends.
Well, so that's how you managed to take 2 to prom.
Yeah.
What a player,
nothing
bro. You're such a player.
Nothing
dog.
crazy happened.
You're over here
I'm saying.
playing it off like, look, man, let me tell you. This one was...
Oh, bro, I wish somebody
This
was...
one was organic.
No, I wish
this
somebody would...
one understood, and we just made it happen. This is such
Nah,
a
I wish
player,
somebody would
dude.
actually like post a picture of that because
I can't
was
wait
like
to see it.
I was 119 pounds.
Oh, man.
I was like a ghost, and I wore a white tuxedo.
I was probably 9 years old and that thick.
And this dude like let me drive his Honda with airbags on it.
You and them airbags,
Yeah,
bro.
that was the
That's
thing.
what
Y'all know
started
me.
it, wasn't it?
I mean,
Probably.
nah, like I had my Sonoma already,
Okay.
and the other girl, like not my girlfriend. Yeah, that was messed up. Now that I think about it, sorry.
That's camp
I
talk,
took- I
guys.
took
This is
the-
what we're talking about.
I took the girl like that I originally promised in the car with me,
Okay.
and my girlfriend had to meet me there.
Oh, that's some dirty shit. I know what you... Oops. It wasn't meant to be like that.
No. But I'm gonna tell you, and I even told my wife this. Like the girl that was like meeting me there,
Right.
She was the most down with me that anybody ever had been. So I felt super bad, man. Yeah, she was like, she loved me a lot, man. You know what I mean?
I got such a story, dude.
What you got?
This is how I met Angie,
All right.
my wife. I was like dating her friend that got me the job at the taxidermy shop, doing the meat processing and
All right.
taxidermy stuff because I was in class. And she would come to school showing me all these videos of her doing this taxidermy stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, what the
What'd you go? What the
what
fuck?
the fuck? And she's doing this stuff, and I'm like, look, you go tell your boss. This is what I do. I've been doing this my whole life.
Right.
And she did. She got me a job. Well, you know, after school, yada, yada, she's sitting at the school. I go to pick up my truck from my friend's house, and I come pick her up. And one day, Angie's standing there, and she goes, you with my sister, I'm going to cut your balls off.
Oh wow.
And I'm looking at her through the side window of my truck as the other girl, I'm not going to say her name, the other girl gets in. And I'm like, wow. that's the girl I want to spend my life with. And I did.
And this was Angie you talking
This
about.
was Angie,
Damn.
man. I'm telling you, I fought tooth and nail for her for the rest
they
of my
love each
life,
other.
man. She's the best woman in
Yeah.
the world. It's so funny, though, because you had the tooth thing going on, and I'm like, had a thing going on. But the thing is, her best friend is who I was talking to that led me to her.
It happens that way.
Dude, that's that stuff you can't explain.
Because see, like the 2-girl thing, that was like, I was
You were
really
being a
dumb.
boy.
I mean, because,
You were young.
I mean, you know, like the story with my wife, we've known each other since 2. You can't make that up. That was meant to be. And these were just like things that happen along the way.
Right.
Crazy.
It is crazy, man. You never know what life's going to throw at you. And some
Yeah.
of the things, you sit back and you look at it and you're like, wow. How did that even stick?
Yeah, matter of fact, you want to know how something stuck to me?
What?
So I had a homeboy named Justin,
All right.
and he lived in Trinity, near Trinity,
Oh, yeah.
Texas.
I know what you're talking about. I've been
We
out
used to
there.
work together.
Yeah.
And this guy was an adventurer, right? Like he would
He's that
hunt
dude in the
deer
woods.
and goddamn throw the deer in the back of the SUV, bloody up.
Yeah, he don't care.
Don't care.
He's a
right?
country boy.
So I'm over at his house one day,
What happened?
set myself up, dude.
What'd you do?
He says, "Hey, Tony, come back here. Check this out." And he hands me 2 vice grips tied to chains. Like,
Oh,
hey, hold
man.
this for a second. And I was like, okay, whatever.
What's this?
Like, what do
Sounds
you
like a
mean?
trick.
Nah, I mean, like, it was so fast. Like, he knew what he was doing. It was so fast. Didn't seem like nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, hold these chains right here. We're in a room, like, ain't shit in it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking at it.
What happened?
Nah, like holding these vice grips, and then all of a sudden he looks at me with a smirk on his face, reaches down, grabs this old telephone, and he starts cranking on it, and I'm like getting electrocuted.
You told me this the other day. I knew where you were going. You were
getting
stuck like this.
Or I'm stuck. I'm trying to throw the.
They wouldn't come out your hands because you were grabbing them.
No, I was not grabbing him. I'm trying to let him go.
I know.
and I'm trying to throw him out of my hands. I'm
Right.
looking ridiculous, and he's just laughing over there. And then finally he lets him go, and he's like, I'm like, dude,
What the
what the fuck?
What the fuck?
And he goes, "Oh man, that ain't nothing, man. That just shocked them fish."
That's how I catch them fish.
And I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I just dropped my
Doing this.
yeah." He's like, "I just dropped my canoe over there, drop him over the edge, and I just start cranking."
So what made you think you could just do that to my hands, bruh?
Yeah,
I mean, it is pretty dadgum funny. You know, I mean,
it was funny.
let me tell you what. If I had that device and you came to my house, I'm going to be honest, I probably would have done that to you too, because I probably would have done it to my brother already.
Bro. It wasn't like it wasn't like life threatening,
Right, no, but it was
funny.
concerning.
but at the time, and then I
Yeah.
became an electrician.
Yeah, that's where that's where it all started.
Must have.
You know what? You need to find contact with that man,
His name's Justin.
Justin. You need
Yeah.
Justin. You're out
Justin
there, man. You
and
need to reach out.
reach out
In
to me.
Trinity, Texas.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you,
Man,
man.
bro.
We need you right here.
I miss y'all too, because
Right- right
I
here.
became friends with his family. Jason was his girlfriend's brother.
Life goes so fast, man. People like that come and go.
because they were dirt track drivers, bro.
I've seen you on the dirt track digitally.
Yeah, dirt track.
Don't try it.
I put Dylan on it.
He
was
holds
like,
the corners
I'm
like
gonna need a
this, and I
day.
can't do it.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
No, it's
Yeah, I
tough.
got me one of
It's
them
not.
thrust-
It's more than a little tough. It
I got
fights
the
back.
Thrustmaster. You know what I mean?
The Thrustmaster fights. Like,
It does.
You know, like a regular wheel on a game, you think you can just do this and that and on, like a power steering pumps on it. This thing's like you turning right, it's yanking you left.
It takes you a whole day for sure to learn it.
Yeah, I was starting to get it. That was really fun. We need to figure that thing back out. Get it
Yeah,
in
we'll
here,
put
man.
it. We'll pull it up, man.
I'm gonna videotape him doing it so y'all can see how well he is when I'm not BSing y'all.
I mean, I still get whooped by like all them online boys, but I really do like racing online only. That's fun. It's fun, like, getting to know it
right
on the regular season. But
Yeah.
then when you do, like, and then you play online, it's not even.
I know one of these things I was talking about,
What about the squirrels, Dylan? Hold on.
that's what I'm talking about. I wanted to
you
know.
about to bring that up?
That's what I'm trying to inch my way into.
right.
I need to know about your dad and the squirrels, because my wife and the squirrels, she's rescuing them.
Yeah.
She's releasing them. What's your dad doing?
All right. Sorry, Angie.
Yeah. Sorry, honey.
Please don't listen to the next.
You can go ahead and turn off for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So when I was younger, my dad had a 79 Chevrolet.
Right.
We talked about he souped it up and all that.
Yeah.
But one thing that stood out in that Chevrolet was the squirrel tails in the corners.
And like the molding of the inside of the truck.
Yeah, when you open the truck and there's the end of the plastic piece, and then there's
not the new trucks, the older trucks.
The old trucks, and it even had the windows that open up
that popped out like a 45.
Right,
in the back.
and you could ash your cigarette out of it.
Yeah, they probably had an ashtray in the truck. They don't do that no more.
I'm pretty sure it was for ventilation to like bring air on you, but I'm also sure it was invented for the cigarette flick.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had those, but if you follow that up the shaft and look on each side, he had squirrel tails hanging out.
I love it.
My dad was
Country man.
Yeah, he was a squirrel hunter.
Dude.
Love.
You know how tricky it is getting the dang squirrel tail off? Shoot.
They
man.
were perfect.
Your dad knew what he was doing. That's a tough task.
They were perfect.
Yes.
They were perfect.
Yeah.
Came to a point and everything. I don't know if he dipped it in something or made it, something preserved.
One time in high school, Angie, you can attest to this. I had a snake that I had killed at the deer lease, and I had brought home, and I threaded it down my antenna. Just the dumbest. Look, you're not seeing no dudes doing this. It's some high school kid shit, and that's something I was doing. It was hilarious. I'm trying to tell you that was a good time. I got a lot of good and a lot of bad looks off of that at the stoplight.
Yeah.
Some were thumbs up, some were the middle finger,
some were thumbs down.
Yeah. But it was fun. That's all part of having a good time as a kid, That's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've told you I caught snakes. I killed some too,
Right. Yeah. Speaking of snakes, I gotta go watch that snake reel with Dylan on that Radler. We posted it on the
oh yeah,
on
the rattlesnake.
Shorts.
Yeah, that
check our shorts out. There'd be a lot of good content on there.
Yeah, we try to post the most important stuff of the the podcast,
right,
so that y'all can kind of like narrow it down if you don't have the time to watch the whole thing. You can just kind of get the good stuff out of it. But that's what the shorts are for. If you don't have the time,
yeah,
that's what we're trying to do with that.
Right.
And there's a lot of good stuff in there. It's like I said, you could just scroll through it and find like the interesting topics that kind of like might interest you into listening to the rest.
Yeah.
But you can see, like, we have posted a few things to Ostrich that he talked about in one of the podcasts that we had. That's that one's really funny. It's getting a lot of attention.
I gotta go watch that video of Dakota though.
Yeah, that's
transporting that hog.
That's what I'm getting at.
That's crazy, man.
That was something that happened many years ago in Magnolia. Me and my brother shot this pig, and the bridge to the place that we were hunting washed out due to a flood, and we had to get the pig back to the car.
Yeah.
So back to the Jeep, and we shot him, and we had about probably a half mile to get back. And we're thinking, like, we shot this pig way back here. We're going, man, how are we going to get this back to the freaking car?
Right.
We gutted it. We cut the head off, and my brother was like, look, dude, help me get it on my shoulders. And he was in high school, so he had to take his pants off so that he could carry the pig back to the car, because he knew Mom would be pissed off if he showed up to the house with bloody, nice jeans that she spent her money, hard work money on. So That's why he's in his boxers carrying that hog. Y'all tune into that because that is it's hilarious.
Yeah,
And it's not
definitely.
only a pig. That thing is
Right.
breathing on his shoulders with no head.
Right.
So a headless pig still breathing on my brother's shoulders in his boxers. Y'all need to watch that. That sucker right there is, you can't miss it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, man.
That's wild. That's those hunting stories we try to tell you about. They're really, you can provide some memories with that.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to create some more of those.
Oh, we will.
And I think, look, let's head out with this. We're gonna do one more roll of the die.
Yeah.
One more roll of the die.
Let's see what we got.
All right, look, I'm gonna go. Hey, look, you roll first.
All right, let me do it. Let's see what we got.
You roll first. I'm
Blow on
gonna
it
pick a
for me.
card.
All right. Oh, that's
we
a
got
6.
six.
We haven't
All
had
right.
a 6 yet.
Instincts. All right. So you are offered a safe place to live, but it requires cutting ties with someone you love who isn't allowed to go there. Do you go?
You go.
Yeah, I think so too.
You got to go with that one.
You gotta go. All
What
right.
you got?
I'm gonna roll, and then you pick that.
That's a 5.
That's 5. Let's look.
Well,
Let's
we
just
haven't
go.
had any of the
Look, let's
instincts.
just go with end game though.
Let's go.
You
You are faced with the choice to destroy an object that holds significant power over others, but also has the potential to bring great good. Do you destroy it or preserve it?
I've always seen this like this. Most of the time, there's not as much good that you can do with destroying it to keep the preservation of something that's already good going.
Right.
So I'm thinking I'm going to destroy it.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let
Let
it
go
go,
and let
guys.
God.
You gotta let go and let God.
You know what I mean?
Have faith.
Let's have faith.
Well-
Well, look. We're going to do one more just off the rip. I'm going to choose this for Dylan right here.
All right, let's hear it.
Ethnics, okay? You find out that a close relative has been hiding a serious health issue.
Oh no.
They don't want anyone to know, but revealing it could get them help.
No.
Do
No,
you
you
respect-
reveal it. You reveal it.
Okay, well, look, I'm going to argue with you on this.
You let him go.
Because if it's me and I got a serious health issue,
I'm looking out for you, dog.
but look, hold on. But like, in doing so, I'm on the hospital bed for 3 years after that.
Oh, no.
And I don't want to be.
I'm not letting that happen. I won't let that happen.
All
No.
right.
I know the quality of life.
Yeah, man, because I don't.
No.
Yeah, man, you
No.
got to let me go.
No. And you know,
Right?
you
would
that's,
let me
that-
go?
that's too crazy. I'm not gonna bring it up, but stuff like that has happened
Yeah.
in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And
Well, look, if you're anybody that I love, let me go. Don't let me be here
you
and
know,
be a
if
burden
there-
to
look,
you.
that's like I told my wife. I was like, look, if there's a chance to bring me back as me,
Yeah, do it.
do it. But you know,
But
if
if not,
if I'm
I'm
not
done.
me anymore,
Yeah.
that's my time.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I love you all. You know, I love you all. But
Matter of fact, I think we should start a thing is like, if you were bed bound for more than a year and you can't be back to your normal self, let me sign a contract that says I don't want
right,
no more care.
yeah, it's real. You know, give
Not-
give me some time.
But I mean, they classify that sometimes as a suicide, and it's not. It's like, don't waste my family's time,
yeah, don't give them hope. Don't waste the time.
please.
That's a really interesting card.
Please.
Let's get another card before we end the
All right,
game.
let's do
Let's
instincts.
do that. That's a tough one.
You do this for me.
Let me hear.
Instincts,
I want to know your instincts because you're pretty interesting. A severe storm causes your car to break down in the middle of nowhere. A passing driver offers to help, but they ask for an unusual favor in return. Do you accept?
Nah,
Ooh,
man.
that sounds a little creepy, bro.
No, man. The books I've been reading, I'm not accepting. I'm
He's a-
taking my own fate.
He said, "F that favor."
I'm a
No,
no, bro. I learned a long time ago.
These
Don't
books are
leave,
crazy.
don't leave your fate in somebody else's hands.
Nah, fix
and
it
we'll leave it at
yourself.
that. You know what I mean? I won't get too serious, but
That was a good one.
but look, don't leave your fate in anybody else's hands.
For
if you
sure.
believe in you and you do you,
Have
and you
faith
do
in
your thing,
yourself.
yeah, create your own stuff. You know,
You know, believe in yourself. Know what you're
Yeah.
worth.
That's what we're doing. You know,
That's it.
we're building up, we're growing, and we want all of you guys to grow and build up with us.
Exactly.
So,
we appreciate everybody's
Hey,
ears.
matter of fact, we forgot to say this, but if you go back on episode number 4 and comment,
Right.
and you see the survival box that we talked about,
What number we giving?
I think it's 4 or 5. I
It's
might
4 or
be
5.
wrong.
Y'all go listen.
4 or 5. So now you got to listen to 2.
Yeah.
10th comment, though. We haven't reached 10 comments.
We're going to send it to you, no cost.
Yeah. So if you reach the 10th comment and it's you.
And we'll send a little something extra in there.
We will. But if you reach the 10th comment and it's you, email us at Tony@realcamptalk.com, Dylan at realcamptalk.com.
Right. Reach out to us.
Right. .com. bruh.
Not Tom.
Yeah. Com. All right.
That's the shot roulette talk.
You know what I mean? Shot roulette took over. But anyways, email us at those 2 emails or message us on Real Camp Talk on Facebook.
That's right. We appreciate y'all. Go check out the YouTube channel. That's what we really need.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody's time.
Yeah. Much love and respect.
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.